Welcome back, everybody, to the Daily Show where we discuss and do technical analysis for big mega cap stocks. So show your support by hitting that thumbs up button, and that is greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, consider subscribing, and that means a lot to me. Now, if you want to get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, my analysis in 3 days of live trading, definitely check out the Patreon, and that link will be down below in the description. And now let's get right into it, guys. On Amazon stock, it's up 3.89%, so the rally continuing to the upside and not even giving us an opportunity to buy the dip at 126. And look at this massive rally today, guys. I mean, this thing definitely pushing higher to close that gap on top at 135.20, and that can come possibly early as tomorrow. Now, if you look at my screen, it's holding right here 132 as a support into closing. So basically, Amazon out of the woods, at least for today. And it's closing over all these moving averages right here on this daily chart, and that is bullish. So Amazon can push tomorrow up to 135.20, and above that, watch out for a move up to even 138. Now, today, first day of trading, especially for this week, and already up $5. So I don't see how far this thing can go. But on a pullback, you want to watch 132, because if that gives up, this thing will come down to 130, and then watch out for 128 and then 126 at critical support on Amazon. So Amazon, I mean, it went up today, but look at the volume today. Nothing big going on, especially no strength behind this rally. So we saw that on Microsoft, and then what happened? Everything faded within a day or two. We saw Microsoft going up again today. So Amazon, you got to be careful, especially if you're chasing. I would not be chasing this move here on Amazon, and possibly looking to short Amazon around 135.20 if that happens this week. So watch 132, 130, 128 right here, 20 SMA, and then 126 as a support. To the upside above 132, definitely Amazon filling this gap, and possibly will find resistance at 135.20. On Apple stock, it's up 1.23%, and Apple holding 170 now finally today. And the shares I bought on Thursday, I was going to hold, but when I saw just 200 shares holding 3 days, including Saturday and Sunday, $1,000 profit, I took it. And why? Because we had earnings, we got this gap down below, and then we have FOMC on Wednesday. Now, these trades that I take in real time, especially shares, I have not lost any trade, especially on shares in last, I would say 7 months, not even one. And this was one of the best setup, especially if you have some money in your account and you can afford some shares of Apple. It was getting really oversold, and then I bought, and look at what happened. Since I bought, this thing never came down here. And now 171.17, limit selling this morning at 171, easy $1,000 profit off 200 shares only. So, if you want to get setups like this one, and especially my real-time setups in 3 days of live trading, and the main thing, a lot of you guys are joining and supporting the channel, and I do appreciate that. And the community is definitely growing. So there's going to be a lot more opportunities coming. So if you are interested, check out the Patreon. That link will be down below in the description. So Apple 170 tomorrow will be a key level. But if that gives up, we might be coming down here again, 166, 167. And then above 170, if this thing can hold with some good earnings, watch out for a push up to 173, 175, 20-day moving average right here, and then 177. On Tesla, stock is down 4.80%, and now it's trading below 200 and holding 196. Now 196 gives up. The next support 190 down here, and that would be lower Bollinger Band on this daily chart. Now this thing here, guys, I bought some more shares today. It's getting extremely oversold. Soon as I sold my Apple shares, guess what? I put that money right here on Tesla. Because when this thing actually was going up here on this big run, I had so many people asking if they can buy and if this is actually a good idea to buy Tesla right here. No. Now is the time, and that is why I'm buying, because whenever we get that reversal, guess what? I won't be chasing Tesla. I'll be selling my shares, just sitting on my chair and selling it when this thing going back up to the upside. It's not gonna happen overnight. I have to hold, and I do have lots of patience holding shares long term. Now it could be a couple of weeks, it's a big name, Tesla. We could see a big rally next week, or this thing can dump and then we could see that rally. So we have seen that before many times on Tesla, and that is why I'm not afraid to buy this dip, and that's why I added more shares today here on Tesla. Let me know, what do you guys think here on Tesla? Is this the time to buy the dip, or at least start buying a little bit right here, or this was the time to buy the dip here on top? And trust me, guys, I mean, I can find some of those messages before where people actually ask me if this is actually a good idea, and Tesla going over 300, a massive breakout. And I said, no, I'm not chasing it. I already bought right here, and this is actually a time to lock in profit, because 300 is a big level right here. And then we had earnings, and then what happened? If you actually got in here on Tesla around 300, now you got a big bag. So when things are getting overbought, which in this case it was getting overbought right here, you should sell. And when things are getting oversold, extremely oversold here on Tesla, that is the time to buy that dip. And that's why, again today, I bought some more shares of Tesla. So 200 breaks. If that happens tomorrow, then watch out, a little bit more upside up to 208 to 212 and then 214 on Tesla. Below 200, 196 a key level, and then 190. And then don't forget, we do have a small gap down here at 162.95. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but you got to look at everything whenever you're buying something like a big name, here in this case, Tesla. On Google, stock is up 1.90%, and just like I said in my video, especially over the weekend, that we could see a relief rally on Google, and look at what happened, 126.55, coming right up here and retracing lower Bollinger Band, and now holding above 123. So 123 will be your key level here on Google stock, and if this thing can stay above 123, the next stop 127.88, and then possibly even 130. Below 123, watch out for this gap down here, 121.30, and then this gap down below at 118.23. On Meta, it's up 2%, in top of what we got on Friday. I think it was up like $7, and today, look at this move, all the way up to 309.40, and not enough volume behind this big move. So this thing actually sold off, and we showed it today here on Meta. I think I got in at around 305.66. That was my entry, and I'm still holding some puts on Meta, and those are green right now. And even I had some from last week, so just adding things up and holding here on Meta, and I think this thing here definitely can come down a bit more. So Meta here, guys, so far it's holding 300, which is a good level. And then if that gives up, we do have support around 296. And soon as that gives up, this thing will land down here at 290. So I think at some point you're going to see the sell-off continuing here on Meta and possibly coming down here to 290 or even below that level. And why we do not have a bull trend on Meta, all these moving averages right here are actually coming down and negative sloping to the downside. And that means one thing, I mean, look at this rejection from these moving averages right here, not even touching, and then getting a huge rejection and getting down to almost 300. and now it's down after hours. So Meta tomorrow, 300 gives up, it will come down to 296 and then 290. To the upside, above 300, watch out for the resistance right here at 304 and then 305, 311.55, or I would say 312, and then 316. On Microsoft, it's up 2.27%, and look at this massive move up to 339 again and getting a rejection now. Especially if you're a Patreon member, I called it out here. Unfortunately, I didn't take the trade myself, but I called it out for you guys right here. So if we short it right here, I mean, this thing went down significantly, gave up $5-6 from the top, and if we short it right here, that's a big level right here to short, and you got paid on Microsoft. Came down to where? Look at this. 5-day moving average right here, 333, and then we saw that bounce on Microsoft. So going into tomorrow, guys, it needs to get above 339. Only if that happens, the move to the upside will continue, and this thing can possibly move up to 345 to 46, and maybe even up to this level right here, 351. To the downside, support level to watch, 333, 330, 326, and then this trend line down here, and that is around 320. On Nvidia stock, it's up 1.63%, and again, shorting Nvidia right here today and getting 400 puts, and guess what? 404.81 came. So if you took that call out today, which I got here on Nvidia puts, this thing also paid really nicely and then came back up, but still you would be up green on your position, trading at 411.61. Now if you look at my screen, I mean, this was a massive rejection, came all the way down to almost 400, and where we found support, if you look at my screen right here, guys, 406 to 407, this trend line which is holding so far. And if that gives up, you're going to see 400 and then the gap below 395.30. Now 406 to 407 can hold, and this thing can break above 414.86 and then 420. Then watch out for a little bit more upside up to 429.64 and then 437 to 20 SMA, this white line on this daily chart. On Netflix is up 3%, and look at this nice dip that we got, especially after earnings. This was the first time this thing actually came down below 400, and unfortunately I never got in on Friday because everything was selling off. I didn't want to hold anything over the weekend, and look at what happened. This thing came down here 396, just below 396, and the dip was bought up again. Closing right here on Friday, if you look at my screen, 397.87, and today this thing ran up to 412.82 and now holding 406 as a support, again trading above all these moving averages right here on this daily chart. So that opens the door for more upside up to 418, and below 406 right here, then watch out for the support 400 and then right here around 395. So AMD was actually down on the day, but if you look at my screen, this thing again holding right here around 95 to 96, and there is a lot of volume traded around that level right here. So if this thing somehow breaks this level right here, that can open the door to $98 and then possibly up here to, I would say, 100 to 102. And these are some key levels to watch on AMD. This was definitely for now a fake breakout off of this wedge or flag, whatever you want to call it right here. And now if this thing cannot break above right here and hold $95 right here as a support, you're going to see this thing pulling back and possibly pulling back all the way down to $89, all the way down here. And we do have high volume trading right here, so that's going to be a bottom of this flag and also a big level of support on AMD. So watch for a hold and a breakout possibly above daily 200-day moving average, and that is at $98, and then possibly more upside up to 100, maybe even 102 and then 105.